exactly.
Yeah, a few different things we talked about for your job, wherever you might work. One thing that I believe we've had done in the past is somebody do a food barrel. Just put a food barrel out in the lobby or wherever it might be convenient for you. Obviously our food pantry is one of our biggest programs that we have. Obviously we're always taking in non-perishable foods for that, and then fresh produce and any kind of garden leftovers that you may have. We'll also take those down in the soup kitchen. But so that would be one way to do on the food barrel, and we can certainly arrange a pickup of whatever gets brought in. Another way, we actually just had recently Olin Corporation is located just about a half mile.
That's our neighbor.
Yeah, just about a half mile down the road. They came in last week and brought a check for over $1,500.
How did they do their fundraiser?
Yeah, it was really neat. They did a number of different things, and so all of these finances came from the employees themselves. So not necessarily their company writing a check, but they did a couple of different fundraisers. They auctioned off a vacation day, so I guess they said, here's a vacation day, goes to the highest bidder, and then you submit, I'll bid $20, I'll bid $25, and whoever is the highest one was able to get that. I believe they had a putting contest. Not sure the logistics of that, I don't know if they have a green in the back or how
I think you just need a little putting course and a golf ball and a couple clubs. That's quite easy.
Yeah, and so they did that, and then I believe they did hot dogs and hamburgers as well. So somebody went and bought them, and then a couple dollars for each one, and then so $1,500 in all that was raised and given to the community soup kitchen. So that's another way certainly that you can kind of involve your job in with it. Also, we're looking for annual partners as well, whether it be through churches that you're a part of. Maybe you can suggest it, that community missions would be part of the missions giving at your church, or also at work as well. So many different businesses will give money to whatever causes that their employees bring up. Also, a number of them will have where if I were working at a place and I gave $100 to community missions, if you contact maybe your HR department or someone there, that they'll actually match that charitable gift as well. And so that obviously makes a huge impact for us. And then any annual gifts that come in help so much with the finance department as they're doing their planning for the year. If they can always count on $1,000 coming from an Olin or someone like that, then that really helps the forecasting aspect.
Now, Andrea, you when you did the walk, for example, you had tell us a little bit about sponsorships. Yeah.
Yep. And this is another way that you can help is by having your business or place of work sponsor an event. And we do have a lot of different corporations and businesses that sponsor our events. Olin Corporation, they actually also sponsored our duck race at the Canal Fest. But for the walk in particular, we did have a sponsorship from NORAMPAC, who did something similar to what Christian mentioned, where they matched any funds that the employees made. Because for this particular event, we ask individuals to get pledges and sponsorships in support of their participation in this walk. So what NORAMPAC did is any employees that were walking in the event, however much money they raised, they matched it. So that's also another really great idea to get involved. And by sponsoring one of our events, in return, we do as much as we possibly can to help market your business. So we'll post on our website, our Facebook page, we'll have banners. If we have t-shirts made, we'll put your logo on a t-shirt. So, we like to reciprocate as much as we possibly can by promoting the businesses.
What are some of the other businesses around the county? I know, for example, we're here in Lockport. I know that Diversified Manufacturing is a major sponsor for our Golf Classic. But what are some of the other companies?
Some of the other companies that are involved, KeyBank does an annual sponsorship with us this year. Geico, BXI Consultants is another really great sponsor of the mission. We have a lot of smaller, local businesses. We have J.A. Blundage did a really great sponsorship for us for the Canal Fest, NORAMPAC, as I had mentioned. We have just a really great variety of local, smaller businesses, and then bigger corporations such as Geico or KeyBank that get involved.
Yeah. And if we missed your company, our apologies, but know that we really do appreciate it.
We do.
So that was, So as you've gone through here, did we pretty much hit on most of the ideas that we had?
For the most part, volunteering at events, that's another kind of aspect that Andrew's always looking for. is that at the duck race, let's say in particular, that's a booth that's set up about 12 hours a day for 7 days. So we always need volunteers to be able to come in and sell ducks and kind of tell people about what the money's going for, et cetera. Let's see, another one that we wanted to mention is planned giving. That's one that we haven't talked too much about in the past.
That means put us in your will.
Exactly, right.
As part of your
as part of your estate planning.
If there's, what do they say? If there's a will, there's a relative. Or, we want to be your relative. We want to be part of your family.
Right. Yeah. But obviously, when you're thinking of that kind of thing, you want to make sure that it's a good partnership, that it's a good organization that will be around for a long time. We've been around for 88 years, and we help thousands of people each year. And so certainly if you're in the area, you're from the area, you want your donation, you want any finances that you give to be kept locally, and that's certainly the case for us. Community Missions, obviously the community of Niagara, and so that's a really meaningful way that you can kind of leave your legacy, as they say. Another thing we should mention, Pastor Mark Breeze is our agency pastor. He works with community and ministry partnerships, and he's always looking for churches in particular, but also just civic groups and organizations in the community to become partners with. And so if you're not sure if your church does anything with us, that would be a really easy thing. Maybe mention to a pastor there, or talk to Pastor Mark in particular. To just see what opportunities are there. In particular, the Sunday Cabaret program. Each month, Pastor Mark kind of arranges 2 different churches to come in on a Sunday night, and one provides a meal for anyone who wants to come and be a part of it. And then the other church actually arranges a program, and they have different kind of programs, different kind of cultural things that people, that are a part of the soup kitchen or a part of any of the different programs may not be able to get out and be a part of. So they have clowns come, for the kids. They have different musical performances as well. So that's another great opportunity. And we should mention that the full list of the 20 different ways that you can help, along with contact numbers and email addresses and all those different things, are on our website at communitymissions.org.
We've talked a lot about raising money, which is so important and that sort of thing. But also, of course, part of our work is just with the people that come to us for help. This morning, just before I left, I have to tell you, Christian, that family member called me and said how much she enjoyed we had a family picnic, and apparently you were there,
I was.
And she was most appreciative of that. Tell us a little bit about the picnic.
Yeah, a family services picnic. This is a kind of a program that we really don't talk much about, not nearly enough about, is our family services. So they operate kind of not within any of our 18 programs, but they help with just the family aspect of things. So you have a loved one or someone that is involved in one of the programs, and you have questions or concerns or anything along those lines. These 2 women, Lucille and Rania, are kind of that go-between there to answer any questions that you may have or concerns or anything like that. So once a year they do a picnic. It was out at Hyde Park at one of the shelters, and I believe there was about 75 people there. So it was great. Kids, adults, and everyone.
Not only to ask questions and so on, but to have a good time.
Exactly. Yeah. Just everybody get together. There was bocce. Joe Sparbati, of course, was out there running the bocce aspect of things. There was volleyball. Bingo. Dorothy, that works in the crisis services, she was calling out the bingo as well. So there were some prizes. There was the guess how a dum-dums were in the jar. I believe Ms. Adams won that, actually. 172 dum-dums, I believe it was. Little suckers. But yeah, just a fun time for people to get together. And with the family services, it's tough because there are some tough moments. Obviously, everyone has concerns, and probably they're up in arms about things because they're an advocate for whoever might be a part of the program. But everybody just get together and realize that we're all here to help, that we're all on the same page. We all want to be in one accord, basically. And it was a great time Monday night to be able to go out there for that.
Well, we have about half a minute left, so I'll ask you, Andrea, to close us out. Sure. As we've talked about how much we need money, and maybe you could say a little bit about why it's so important for someone to to give money.
Okay.
As a family, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also want to mention that if you can't give money, it's just as important to give your time, because we do appreciate the time and the money that people donate to us to help us with. We have so many different services and so many people that we serve, and it's just really important to remember that we're all in this together. We're all one community, and everybody, just needs a little bit of help, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help, and we ask that you just keep us in mind and just remember, what we're doing and who it is that we're helping.
Well, thank you.